Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Prachari Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pachyata Desatarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Sadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukham karoti vachalam pangum langate giri Yat Kripatamaham Vande Shri Guru Dinatarine Hare Krishna. So today we'll see verse number 68. So Krishna, after giving the instruction Guhyatamam, the most secret, now he's explained whom this Bhagavad Gita or knowledge of Bhagavad Gita should be explained, that should not be explained. So we saw that it should not be explained person who has not done any sense control, who has not done any devotional service, should not explain this because they will not understand the supreme or the importance. So on the same line, Krishna in the 68th verse also conveys the same message but in a different way, like what is the advantage of reading, hearing, discussing Bhagavad Gita. So that Krishna explains in next 3-4 verses. So let us see. Ya idam paramam guhyam.
Ya idam paramam guhyam
Mad bhakteshva abhidhashyati.
mad bhaktesva avidhasyati
Bhaktim mai param krutva.
bhaktim mayi param kritva
Mam evashyati asamshayah.
mam evaishyasti asamsayah.
So,
Ya idam paramam guhyam mad bhakteshu avidhasyati bhaktim mayi param kritva mam mame evaishyati asamsayah.
Yehidam param guhyam madbhakteshvabidasyati bhakti mayi param kritva mam ye vaishyati asamsayah.
Reach, come to me. Translation and purport. For one who explains the supreme secret to the devotees, pure devotional service is guaranteed, and at the end, he will come back to me. Purport. Generally, it is advised that Bhagavad Gita be discussed among the devotees only. For those who are not devotees, will understand neither Krishna nor Bhagavad Gita. Those who do not accept Krishna as he is and Bhagavad Gita as it is should not try to explain Bhagavad Gita whimsically and become offenders. Bhagavad Gita should be explained to persons who are ready to accept Krishna as Supreme Personality of Godhead. It is a subject matter for devotees only, not for philosophical speculators. Anyone, however, tries sincerely to present Bhagavad Gita as it is will advance in devotional service and reach pure devotional state of life. As a result, such pure devotion, he is sure to go back home, back to Godhead. So, advantages of hearing, reading, teaching, discussing of Bhagavad Gita. So here Krishna says, who explains the supreme secret. So what is the supreme secret? Bhakti. So person who propagates bhakti, to him actually pure bhakti is guaranteed. That is Krishna's promise. So what he says, Mam eva shati asamshaya. So he uses the word asamshaya. There should not be any doubt. You don't doubt it. It is going to happen. If you know that bhakti is the powerful thing, bhakti is the only means of understanding the Supreme Lord, and you have some experience of that bhakti or power of bhakti, and you try to explain it to others, then you will get bhakti. So, as bhakti, we have discussed in throughout Bhagavad Gita, bhakti is not from material world, right? It's coming from spiritual world. So how it propagates actually if it's not in material world? So for that, Krishna arranges his devotees uh, who have the bhakti in them. And through that one or two or whatever devotees, the bhakti is propagated. So bhakti is in the heart of the devotee. So what in the simple language, what is bhakti? Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu. The love for Krishna, love for the Supreme Lord. That is in the heart of devotees. So when such devotees, they travel in this world, then they give bhakti. So the bhakti travels from heart to heart. So the devotees carry bhakti in their heart. And when they talk with people, they explain different shastra or they discuss different shastra. Then the bhakti is propagated from heart of the devotee. So that is why devotees are important. And Krishna says like discuss within devotees and give it to devotees. So that's why Srila Prabhupada very intelligently, and that's Srila Prabhupada's genius, right? How he started this movement in America and how he propagated slowly all over the world. So first he started with setting up the temples and the deities so that the people who are not Indian or the in America, okay, the Americans or any nationality people can come to temple and take darshan of the deities. So they will just come and they will eat, they will take darshan and they will eat prasad. And Srila Prabhupada will give some small lectures. So Srila Prabhupada started Bhagavad Gita classes in 26 Avenue first. So he will speak something from Bhagavad Gita. And Srila Prabhupada had so much compassion for all the people to help them. So by just listening to his Bhagavad Gita and listening to his Kirtan, people used to get attracted to him. So what exactly used to happen? Actually, Srila Prabhupada had bhakti in his heart. So he used to distribute that. He used to give that. He used to give the name of Supreme Lord to everyone. So people started getting attracted towards Srila Prabhupada. Then Srila Prabhupada set up temples in different cities, starting with New York and then San Francisco and other places. And then slowly what Srila Prabhupada did is Sankirtan. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also traveled to South India, throughout South India, throughout Vrindavan and Bengal. All over India, he traveled by chanting of the names of Krishna. So by traveling and chanting, he gave bhakti to everyone. Just chant and attain the perfection. So Srila Prabhupada following on those lines, in America, after the mandir, couple of 3-4 temples were set, then he started chanting. So Srila Prabhupada also chanted in the Tompkins Park. First kirtan was done there. He alone sat there and he chanted. Just hearing his chanting, uh, so a pure devotee chanting has tremendous power in the kirtan. So the Krishna's name, the mantra itself is powerful. Plus, Srila Prabhupada was chanting. So in Tompkins Park, though everyone was hippie and they were drunk and LSD and everyone, but they got attracted to Srila Prabhupada and the chanting. And from there, Srila Prabhupada started the Sankirtan practice. So we go out and chant the name. So why this is required? Because bhakti will come from devotee only. So person who is chanting, he can give it to others. And so going out and chanting is of course for ourselves for purification, but it is the highest type of compassion shown by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, because all people cannot come to temple, all people cannot come in contact with the devotees, and all general people will not hear the name, and somehow or other people should hear the name of Krishna, a name of Hare, a name of Rama. Somehow or other people should hear. So Sankirtan movement. So devotees go out and they chant on the roads. So even if nobody looks at you, nobody acknowledges your presence, does not matter. When anybody walking nearby, they hear the name of Krishna, then actually their travel in the spiritual practice starts. Maybe they will just hear the word, they will not understand meaning, they will not do anything, they will just go home and forget. But they have heard the name of the Supreme Lord. So from there, Krishna will, or the soul will try to find out the way how to reach to the devotees. So that is the start. So Srila Prabhupada designed it in such a way that any people anywhere can get access to the holy name. So the one of the reason is this, that we have to give bhakti. So it's not a selfish act, it's act of compassion. Try to give the bhakti to most people, whomever you can, without discriminating, without any limitation, just give. Mm. So that everybody can start doing this bhakti process and become happy. By doing bhakti, actually you become happy. You become a gentleman, gentlewoman, ideal person, and you become happy and you start spiritual practice. So this is highest type of compassion. So Krishna also says that this is a very top secret. So first give the name, and then when you explain the name, actually you are transferring the meaning of the name to that person, and by that, actually that person will start his bhakti. Maybe not in this life, but we have seen that person in sixth, seventh chapter, like Arjuna asked the question, like, what happens if someone cannot complete his uh, devotional or spiritual practice in this lifetime and he leaves or he stops? So Krishna said, nothing wrong happens with such a person. He will take a birth. His next birth will be such a birth where he can do the bhakti. So just giving the name bhakti once actually helps that particular soul a lot. So that is the highest type of yajna recommended in Kali Yuga. So giving this supreme secret in different, there are different ways. So we are discussing Bhagavad Gita. So that is one way. Chanting is another way. Giving prasad is another way. And doing some devotional service is a way. So there are so many ways where you can engage people in this bhakti process. And what you will get by that, Krishna says, you will get pure devotional service. Uh, that is guaranteed. And you will get pure devotional service means you will attain the perfection of your life. So advantage is for both the person who is giving and person who is taking. It's very important activity, because the thing involved in this is bhakti, which is the topmost purity, topmost secret to attain the supreme perfection. So in this verse, Krishna explains why it is important to explain. And yesterday we discussed, like, it should not be explained to people who don't have faith in Shastra, or who don't have faith in what is written in the Shastra, no faith in Krishna, no faith in devotees. It's better to avoid, because Srila Prabhupada mentions, if we tell them, but they don't have faith, it is quite possible that they will do the offenses, and they will talk wrong about Bhagavad Gita, wrong about devotees, wrong about Supreme Lord. That will take them away from all these things. So if a person is not having faith, is not interested, we should not try to force. Uh, it should be voluntary. Bhakti is voluntary. You cannot force anyone. So every soul has their particular stage of life in which they can or cannot accept bhakti. So we should try, but we should not enforce, because that will not work. So now in the next 3-4 verses, Krishna also explains what is this yajna of reading Bhagavad Gita, what you achieve, what you achieve by hearing Bhagavad Gita. So it's all important, and that is what Krishna is trying to explain, that it is important to read Bhagavad Gita or hear Bhagavad Gita. So we'll see those verses, next 2-3 verses tomorrow. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Any comments? Okay, Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. We'll see you tomorrow. The next 3 verses. Thank you.
Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much.